Hey guys, Vas from X-Force again with
Scott from North Lakes, X-Force.
and today we're doing something a bit different than the usual, so we're not going to go with something new. We're just going to look at something that's been out. Now, I mean, the Combat Master, the 2011 Combat Master, the John Wick pistol's been like the most anticipated probably pistol of last year. From the day I released the first video, I got nothing but emails and phone calls and messages, and it was just nuts. Then it got released, and you know, a few companies obviously jumped on board with these pistols because they obviously figured, hey, this is going to be huge. Hype train, let's do this, you know. So there were a couple of pistols released with the Terran Tactical 2011. So we just thought we'll have a quick sort of look at it and just see the difference, because a lot of guys are looking, oh man, I want to buy one of these John Wick pistols. Which one do I get?
But I don't know what feels different. What's this? What's that? So at least
how they work, you know, what's it run on, how they look close up. So let's take a close look. So we're going to start from your end there, Scott, with the 2011 from, I'm not even sure exactly who really made that one. Now, supposedly it was EMG, but it wasn't. Now, it was EMG licensed because they literally sold their licensing to these guys as well. So it basically gave them the right to use the licensing for the combat, for the Terran Tactical. It was not EMG though. EMG does not make it. It was done in China. EMG is Taiwan. But this was the first one that actually landed in Australia. Wasn't really the first one released. The first one released was this one here, and that was the double barrel. But it didn't get to our shores quick enough. So going back to that, it was, like I said, not 100% sure whether it was APS or whoever launched it, but that was the first, and it was a CO2 powered pistol. Now, I don't know, what are your thoughts on it overall?
I like the stippling. It's actually got a nice texture. So my hands like the rougher stuff. I know you like it smooth. The sights are nice, has a nice sight picture and feel. I'm not the biggest fan of CO2 pistols, so you might hear me say it a few times in this video.
I say it all the time.
Yeah. Rear sights are a bit bland. I actually like the 3 points. It does have a nice lens in the front. I haven't actually fired one of these just because I'm kind of anti-CO2. I forget where my tools are, or I'll drop it. I've slipped over and had friends slip over CO2 bulbs left on indoor field before. It's a nice feel. I really like the stippled handle. Nice made. It's looking at them, it's pretty much similar as every other one. They are kind of clones of each other.
Little bit. I mean, there are slight differences here and there, and I will point a few of them out which kind of really jump out, and it really something that's a little bit on my heart because I messed up one, and I know what I'm sort of what I'm looking for now a little bit. So yeah, the stippling, I think that one, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll say that I do believe that's been hand stippled.
Yeah, it's got that kind of actual,
like
not
proper
perfect uniformity to it.
Yeah. So that one is literally a mold
to look like that shape.
To look kind of like that, but it ain't. It's far and beyond that. It was kind of a bit of a letdown, that. And then this one, again, I believe it's more of a mold. It is a stippled as such, but it's not like proper. It's a lot smoother. So, I mean, I actually don't mind it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not a proper stippling. So you can see it's too smooth, and it's, yeah, I'd say probably it was molded as such. The one thing that jumps out for me is the hammers. All right, so if you have a look at the hammer, have a look at the hammer on that. All right, now that's a pretty chunky hammer. That one there is a lot thinner, and so is that one. All right, so these two are a bit the same. That one's quite a chunky hammer. The reason why I point the hammer out is because I dry fired one and it broke. And that was, well, unless you can get another one, that's fine, but at the time I couldn't. It was a test one that we had, and there's no way you're gluing that back together. So having a little bit of a chunkier hammer, it sort of speaks to me that, well, I'm not going to probably break that. Now, the other thing is I'm not sure of the proper one, how the outer barrel is going to be. You see these two, they're a little bit more of a brownier copper, whereas so that one's the Tactical Tomato one, is a lot more shinier. Yeah, kind of like a chrome bronze.
Yeah. I think it's on the actual Terran Tactical, it's like a rose gold.
Okay.
So
a bit more down that path. Now, other than that, the same thing on the actual the trigger. That one's a bit, bit thicker, even though it's got the same sort of cutouts. Rather than, this one's probably somewhere in between, and that one is actually quite thin in some of this area, which might be, something that some guys would love about it, but, my thing's always, if it's a little bit thicker and chunkier, it's less prone to breaking.
That one's smoother on the grip as well, where your tomato has more slightly aggressive tooth to it, where the double barrel's very sleek and smooth.
Yeah, that's a very sleek. The same thing with...
It's got a little bit of grip.
Yeah, that one's got a bit more grip. Yeah, there is... I'm going to bring it in for a bit of a close look too. Now with the Tactical Tomato, I brought this other one because it does come with that in the box. And the reason for that is because they didn't have licensing, these guys. So in order to get it out without any issues, they put this slide on. Now, some guys will be like, yeah, man, it is ugly. Yeah,
I ain't going to use it.
No. So I'll say straight out. Now, we've put it on there and we've tested it. We can tell you that it works, and it works very well. It's
nice and light.
It's very light. So these slides are very heavy with all the bits and that, but just the slide alone is quite a chunky, heavy slide. So having something so light on it, this thing just pops like there's no tomorrow.
Your speedy boys would be nice because you've got that speed.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like a blue coloured team.
Yeah.
So black and blue could match your team aesthetics.
That's it. And you ran all ran with blue, then you kind of stick out. So that's sort of a bonus. And the big difference with the Tactical Tomato is the magazines, they're chrome. Unlike the double barrel, and I'm going to call these Mystery Company. These were a bit weird. They came out, they had quite a few issues with the FPS. I'm not sure if the lips had issues. There was a couple of them, and sort of put a bit of a bad taste in people's mouth about the actual Terran Tactical, the John Wick pistols.
Being the first that hit the market, especially with all that hype built up, it did kill a lot of that excitement for the shape because of that, which sucks because they're a nice blaster.
Yeah, I'm going to bring you guys a bit closer. You can have a closer look because these do require a much closer look, I think, a lot of times to understand sort of where we're going with them. All right, so that's
Mystery Company X.
Mystery Company. I'm going to go, it's through, it's not APS, but it's through, it was sort of done through DM from somebody.
Flip it.
Yes, you got all the writing. Yeah, see that stippling there.
It's a really nice texture, nice coarseness to it.
A bit more proper. Yeah, see that the hammer. So they're not bad. It's just it just happened to me, so I know from first-hand experience. And you see that the slide. So it's just the one sort of one color. One. It's not a two-tone. I'll show you some on the Tactical Tomato one, and that's barrel.
Wow.
And all the other bit of writing on it. So yeah, that's that one. We'll go over to the. Actually, I'll jump over to the double bell. All right. So now the big difference with the double bell is that the hop-up system is actually in the
In a barrel.
In a barrel. There's some cutouts in there. Funny thing is, it does actually work very well.
It's probably the most accurate
Of all the
punch and gels at people, yeah.
And so this one's a green gas. Now, that's the other thing. I should just jump back. One thing that does annoy me with this being CO2. See, now there's no easy way of going around it. You literally got to push that pin down.
You got to undo an Allen key.
Oh,
so
you
you
got
can
to
actually push it out.
You got to undo the Allen grub screw. Push the pin down. Slide that back.
Stand in a northward facing direction on one leg, clucking like a chicken.
Yeah. And then get your, I don't even know what's under there. If you've got to still unscrew something to put your bulb in, screw it back in, make sure it's firm in there, sealed, and then go through putting the grub screw and the pin back in. Jump into our green gas. You literally stick your bottle in there, fill it, off you go. Probably about 10 times faster. No need to pull anything off. So that's why I love green gas.
Saves tripping over bulbs as well.
Yeah. Alright, so great mags too. The double bell pretty good mags.
That'd be my favourite out of all three mags, to be honest.
So there's your wannabe stippling, though it's on the double bell.
At least it wasn't smooth.
Yeah. And then one tone again on the slide with the red tip.
Removable red tip.
Yeah, it's a reverse thread. There's your hammer as well. So I said that hammer, I have snapped one of them.
That's nice though. To actually get your
Yeah.
so you get your three line up.
Sides. These are decent pistols, shooting around the 300 out of the box, so ain't nothing wrong with this. Might not be aesthetically the most accurate, but when it comes to performance, the double bell does do quite well. Okay, and there's the outer or inner barrel.
It's probably the most dull in colour.
Yeah,
But
the barrel is a bit, yeah. And then flip it around. I just want to show them the numbers on there. They've been.
the white in colour actually pops more than any other.
It does pop. The other ones though, they're actually been etched or stamped into the actual barrel. So we'll go over now to the Tactical Tomato. All right. So see that. That's one thing that sort of bothers me a little bit, I guess. Is that mag does stick out a little bit, so you got a bit of shine. If that doesn't bother you, that's cool. Just a little bit more bling. I think that's stippling, so it's cool, but it is a bit smoother, so it's not a proper stippling. And that hammer, much chunkier hammer. Same with the trigger. You see that real shiny, stainless looking
Outer barrel.
outer barrel with the stamp. Now, you see the slide, it's got like a two-tone.